Welcome back to the Burn 'em Up podcast brought to you by Food City. We continue our spring previews here as we get ready for tennis season. As the Lady Flames made the regional for the first time last year, just like the men's team did last year. And we're joined here by Maria Fernanda Duarte from the women's tennis team. Nanda, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, of course.
I know last year you were hurt basically all year. How hard was that not to be able to compete with your teammates?
Yeah, it was so different. I wasn't used to not playing at all. But luckily, coach gave me the opportunity to coach my teammates on game days, and that made it totally different. I'm so thankful for the opportunity because it was a great experience, and it made it a lot easier to deal with the injury.
Sure. So what did you learn from, game day coaching? What did you learn that maybe you'll take into your own performances this year?
Yeah, I learned so much. I learned how to be more calm on important points. For example, juice points. I was able to give that peace of mind to my teammates, and I think that will definitely help me on game days when I'm having those difficult and challenging moments.
So you didn't compete last year, but Ashley Symes competed last year. She did a little bit of everything for you guys. She won a national championship in the ITA and everything. She's out here. She's graduated. So now, how have you guys kind of taken what she took last year and built on that?
Yeah, definitely. I think the goal is to continue to build on her legacy and to keep making history for the team. And I think that she opened a bunch of doors for us, which is awesome. And we definitely appreciate that a lot. And yeah, we miss having her around, but I think we just continue to inspire ourselves on her. Yeah.
How's your game improved now that you got healthy and you competed this fall? The invitationals as we get ready to start this spring semester. How's your game improved?
I think it was great to be able to compete in the fall, and I think I'm knowing more how to respond to my body. Okay. So I trust my serve a lot, and since I injured my shoulder, I wasn't able to serve at all for 6 months. Okay. And I think that now I learned how to use other types of serves better. Not only just a hard, flat serve, because that's a lot on the shoulder. Okay. So I definitely developed my serve skills, and that was very helpful.
We look at this team. There's a couple new girls this year, then a bunch of that returned from last year. Yeah. So Aaliyah's back, you're back, Nicolette's back, Jasmine's back, Victoria, but then a couple new Rima and Andrea are back. How do they kind of fit in to this team? Yeah,
they were great new additions. They're great people and even better players. So it's been super awesome having them around. They blend in with the team really well. They're super positive, hardworking. So it's great to have them as an addition to the team.
Last week I asked Philippe this question, but how is it having this international team? Because you and Victoria are from Brazil, but we've got Australian, Canadian, Spain, Japan, African base. Yeah. So how's that been just working with people from all over the world?
Yeah, it's so cool. It's awesome. We learn so much about each other and each other's cultures. And I love that we always get together and make each other our homeland foods. And that's a lot of fun to exchange experiences and culture. So I love that. It's super cool.
Okay, so what have you eaten from someone else's culture that you discovered that you really like?
Yeah, so Andrea, she makes really good croquetas, which is a fried thing with ham. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love them.
Okay, yeah. Very, very nice. So, but what's it like having Victoria as well, a fellow Brazilian on the team, and then of course there's a couple guys that are Portuguese, so you all have the same native language. What's that like, being able to interact with someone in your native language every day?
Yeah, it's awesome. I miss being able to speak in Portuguese on a daily basis, and having her here, it's super cool. It makes me feel closer to home, and the Portuguese guys as well. I love to interact with them. It's nice.
What's tennis in Brazil like? Obviously, football or soccer is the biggest sport, but what is tennis like in Brazil?
It's definitely growing, especially with João Fonseca. He's a pro tennis player that's on the rise, so it's definitely a growing sport, but there's still a lot of room to grow. For example, me and Victoria know each other since we were 12. We went to the same tournaments, but we live so far away from each other. Sure. And I feel like that's not a thing here in the US because tennis is bigger. So people that play tennis and junior tennis don't always know themselves like we did.
So how did you get started with tennis?
I started when I was 7.
Okay.
Because some of my friends in school used to play. And I wanted to play with them and have fun with them. And tennis was actually the only sport that I tried and took a lesson for. And I just loved it straight away. And I kept going with it.
So you weren't a big soccer player
growing
up at all?
Not really.
So you were one of the rare Brazilians that don't do that.
Yeah.
So what made you decide, I like tennis and want to keep going with it?
I think the first time I competed made me decide that I wanted to keep feeling that pre-game anxiety and like all the good sensations that come from it. And yeah, that's what made me want to stick with it, definitely.
So what was your journey to Lee like coming from Brazil here to Tennessee?
Yeah, it was a big change, definitely, because playing junior tennis, we're always playing outdoors, super hot every time, and coming here to hard courts, we usually play in clay courts back home. That was a big change, but I was able to adapt well. I think the hard courts adjust really well to my game.
Okay.
I like hitting more flat balls and going up to the net a lot, going big with the serve. So it was easy to adjust because of that. So that was nice.
That's interesting because last week when we talked with Philippe, he said the same thing. In Portugal, they play a lot on clay courts, but he's actually starting to like the hard courts.
Yeah.
So both your games kind of adapt well to that. So what makes clay different for you?
On the clay, we need to be more of a grinder. So like the points are longer and you don't really use the net that much. And on the hard court, you can use that skill way more. So I think that's what makes me like the hard courts better here.
So as we look at this season coming up now, also we mentioned Ashley is gone. You're stepping back in after missing last year. How is the adjustment of, who's being what role kind of set for this year?
Yeah, so I think that all the upperclassmen have a bit of a leader role. And we've been translating that to the new girls. They're both juniors, so they have the college tennis experience, which is super nice. They've played college matches before, so it's not going to be their first ever season on college tennis, which I think it's nice. And yes, I've been trying to just keep the culture going. I've been here since my freshman year, which is awesome. And yes, just being their captain in that way, leading them that way to keep building on the culture that we have built since freshman year.
How hard was it your freshman year coming in, basically not really knowing anybody, coming from another country and getting adjusted to life in the States compared to Brazil?
Yeah, I mean, my teammates made it a lot easier. They made that transition a lot more easier than I thought it'd be because they were so welcoming and so helpful with every like little question that I had and like where to go on campus for this class and silly things like that. They were super helpful. So that helped with my transition because I felt like I had a family coming in, which was very nice.
You've had a couple of exhibitions already. Obviously, the season will officially start for another couple of weeks, but have you kind of figured out who's going to be playing with who in doubles yet this year? Or is it going to kind of be, we're going to make an adjustment, maybe game match by match early?
I think we're going to make adjustments. So far, I've played with Andrea, Rima, and Aaliyah, so a little bit of everyone.
Sure.
So we'll see how it goes. I think we'll go game by game.
Have you found, it's hard to kind of, work with somebody for a little bit and then have to switch and be like, I'm, Rima first and now Aaliyah. How hard is that, getting adjusted to one another and your styles of play?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, actually. I don't think it's that hard to, switch partners because then you get to, play with someone else in the baseline and get to know their styles of play. And I think it's a good skill to learn how to adapt that quick. Like, okay, this week you're playing with this person and next week you're going to play with someone else. So that gives us the opportunity to be able to adapt more and be able to learn how to play with someone else.
I asked Philippe this question as well, but how do you guys kind of keep up while you're having your singles match? And, your teammates next to you, or two courts down. How do you kind of encourage them when you're having to focus on your own match at the same time?
Yeah, that's something we've been actually talking about this year, like how we're working on giving and spreading energy throughout all three courts while we're playing singles. And I think it's just important to keep a good body language and keep good posture. And I think that even if you're not the loudest, if you have those qualities of having good body language and keeping your composure, I think that's already helpful to spread good energy throughout the courts.
Have you guys set goals for a team of what you guys want to accomplish or what you guys want to do this year?
Yes, so we want to keep making history and breaking new ground for the program. And we want to be top 20 in the nation and top 4 in the GSC, which I think are doable things. And yeah, we're just training hard for that to be the reality.
Well, you're starting the season at 24 in the country after the NCAA tournament appearance last year. It's so hard in this region to get to the tournament.
Yeah.
How disappointing will it be if you guys don't make it?
I mean, we know, like you said, it's such a tough region. It's such a strong region. So I think that if we put our head down, work really hard, and if we don't make it, it's okay. We're going to know that we gave our all or 100% to be there. So I mean, we'll understand, but as long as we give our 100%, I think that's going to be okay.
Thanks so much for joining us. We look forward to watching you guys over at DeVos Tennis Center.
Yes, yay. Go Flames.